Alright, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what mods you should do first and what order you should do them in. If you're stopping in for the first time, please go ahead and check out the rest of my videos. Check out the channel. You like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so you get notifications when I upload new content. Alright everyone, you saw it in the thumbnail, you saw it in the intro, heard it in the intro. We're going to talk about what modifications you should do first and kind of what order you should do your modifications in. Well, I'm here to tell you, there is no real order. There really is no order. You can do these modifications in any order you want to. You know, you could start with, you know, cracking open the engine, doing the cam, putting heads on, or you can start on the outside of the engine and work your way in. What I did is I kind of started working on the outside and then went quickly to the inside. So little engine theory here. So all your engine is a huge, think of your engine in basic terms as a huge air pump. You pump air in and it pumps air out. And you know, the premise is the more air you can push in, the faster you can get the air out, the more fuel you can put in, the more power you can make. So that's what all of these modifications, for the most part, are all about: airflow, either coming into the engine or coming out of the engine. So whether you start, you start with the cheaper things and work more expensive, or start with the expensive and work to the cheaper ones, it's totally up to you, totally up to your budget and how you want to go about your own build. Here's how I did my build. I started with the cheaper modifications. So I started with, the ported throttle body, the cold air intake, which I eventually went back to the stock cold air intake, which is just as good, at least for the shaker versions, are just as good as the other ones out there. And for those of you that don't have the Dodge cold air intake, and you have the stock intake, just get the Hellcat air box, bottom air box. It'll work wonders, promise. Yeah, I started with a throttle body, cold air intake, and exhaust. So my first exhaust setup, I cut out the mid mufflers, put in Flowmaster 40s, and cut out my resonators. Kind of you could call it a poor man's catback. So for about 300, 400 bucks, I basically had a one muffler setup. From there, I went ahead and that's when I bought this Scat Pack Stage 2 and got the cam installed. Also, when I went and got the cam installed, I also bought the long tube headers and the high flow catted mid pipes. I just did those at the same time just because it was cheaper on labor. I didn't want to pay labor twice to put the headers on, so it was just easier for them to put the headers on when they were doing the cam, because they already had the engine torn apart. So that's why I did my cam and headers at the same time. But you don't have to do that. You can do these, again, do these mods in any order, any way you want. From there, I went to the torque converter. For those of you that have an automatic, I went to a bigger stalled torque converter. I have a 3800 Circle D torque converter installed, which helped to get off the lines. And then also you want to look at getting some wheels and tires. Wheels and tires are a huge benefit. If you put some wider tires, a little bit more sticky tires on the back end. Also, you can lower your gearing. If you're a stick shift, I wouldn't worry about your rear end, because you got the 391 rear end. If you're automatic, I would definitely look at getting a limited slip differential. Now, what gear ratio you want to go with, totally up to you. Do your research, do what you think is good for you. What I went with was the 370 Hellcat stick shift rear end, which was the 370 LSD, and it's been good so far. Been to the track a couple times, still haven't got it dialed in, but that's coming when the track opens back up. And now I'm at my, I don't want to say my last modification, but my last big modification for a while, and that's getting the heads installed, and that's coming soon. So, oh, I forgot the Diablo Trinity T2, and if you have a 2015 and later model, you're gonna have to get your PCM unlocked, and that's not cheap. So it's about $1,000 if you do through Diablo to unlock your PCM and get you the T2. So like I said, really it all depends where you want to start. If you want to keep your warranty, I would stay away from tuning until you're ready to do that. You could do all of the basic mods without tuning. You can do Scat Pack exhaust. You can do the ported throttle body. You can do the long tube headers. You can do your cold air intake. You can do all of that without tuning. Now, that being said, you're not going to see the gains that you would if you did have your car tuned to take better advantage of those modifications. But you will see some benefits from doing those early modifications. And if you're not worried about warranty, I would start with a base tune. I would go ahead and get my PCM unlocked, get a Diablo or HP, whichever way you want to go. That's up to you. And get a good, if you can get 93 octane, a 93 octane tune. If not, get whatever the highest octane you can get. I think the next one, around is, I think 91 is the next best. That for people that don't have 93. And then after that, once you get the car tuned, then you can go crazy. You can get whatever you want. Just so your tuner doesn't charge you for every little mod that you do. So be careful when you look for a tuner, and you plan on doing a lot more mods. See, hey, what do you charge for, revisions if I add this or if I add that? Because, that could get expensive tuning if you don't get free revisions. But free or cheap revisions when you do simple modifications. So, like I said, it doesn't matter what order you do these in. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is eventually you're going to need a tune and a tuner, so be prepared for that. And then just do what I did. I took my time. It's been I think I've said it before, about 3.5 years I've had Shake and Bake, and I've been slowly but surely doing things here, doing things there, and you know, the heads are coming next. Hopefully that'll be a video the end of next week. And you know, it's just personal preference on how you want to go about modding your car, you know, and it's all about making, you know, your car yours and not like anybody else's. So there's a lot of choices out there, a lot of manufacturers. Just, you know, do your research and pick the one you like. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Again, if you're new to the channel, you like the content, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. You like the content, hit that like button, and until next time.